we're coming up on an election, and social media, again, is censoring those on one side of the political, ideological policy divide. Now, I talk about elections, and I talk about the attack on election integrity. Generally, we have our elections being compromised by throwing out 15 million votes. We have our elections being compromised by trying to jail President Trump. We have non-citizens potentially voting in our elections. And what happens? I get censored. Judicial Watch gets censored for highlighting these issues. And not only that, we get censored for highlighting issues about the Fauci agency and the whole COVID cover-up. There's been this big controversy. I told you about how Facebook has censored our documentary evidence about non-citizens voting in the 2024 presidential primary in D.C. How do we know that happened? Because we got a list from the D.C. government that said 113 non-citizens voted in in the 2024 presidential primary. Now, that would be illegal if they voted in the federal election. And the D.C. spokesman says, well, that list doesn't say what it doesn't. We don't mean to say what the list says it says. Well, where are the documents? They don't have any. So we get censored for that, for reporting accurately what the government told us. And Facebook has censored us for that. And now TikTok is similarly censoring that type of content. There have been at least 4 videos. Maybe is it 4 now, guys? 4 videos where I talked about really straightforward stuff about election integrity, about Judicial Watch lawsuits over congressional information about FOIA evasion by Fauci's agency and people around him. They censored it. So Chinese communist-controlled TikTok is interfering, it looks like to me, in our elections by censoring information unhelpful to the cause of the left. They don't want to talk about Fauci agency corruption and an ongoing cover-up of that. They don't want to talk about non-citizens voting. That's exactly the thing that the Biden-Harris operation doesn't want to talk about. And we're getting censored. Let's bring up that Twitter again. Twitter didn't censor us. What did I say on Twitter? Yeah, oh yes. This is what I wanted to remember. This is what I was forgetting. They censored my complaint about censorship. Can we play one of those videos? Pick one. In 2020, you may recall, social media began suppressing concerns about how the 2020 election was to be conducted. And how do I know that happened? Because it happened to me. It happened to Judicial Watch. We were censored repeatedly about election controversies. And Judicial Watch is a national expert on elections. So we know what we're talking about. And you would think, given the controversy around that censorship since then, how in the case of, for instance, the Hunter laptop, the Twitter and the big media suppressed that story, censored it, that they would be more careful this time around. Nope, it's begun again. And Judicial Watch is the victim and the target. So, I mean, we can complain to TikTok, but you can imagine what sort of attention we're going to get. Now, I don't like being on TikTok. I mean, I've been personally banned by TikTok. They took me off of TikTok, was it 2 years ago now? Just summarily took me off. They didn't tell me what rules I had violated. And I'm pretty careful. Unfortunately, I have to police my speech in order to convey Judicial Watch's work on social media. But, The commies running TikTok didn't care about that, and they just took me off. So Judicial Watch is still on, so we have no idea why they took the material down. We don't know. I mean, we can presume, but this is the challenge we're facing. We're coming up on an election, and social media, again, is censoring those on one side of the political, ideological policy divide. It's conservatives. And we are a government watchdog group and a critic of the government, and we are being censored over our criticism of the government. And we've seen before that these private entities, they're tools of the government. I don't think it hasn't changed. It's gotten worse under Biden. Biden's been caught red-handed getting these companies to censor Americans, especially on COVID issues. And now the left is obsessed with censoring on election issues as well, because it's election time. But we're going to keep on keeping on, right? I'm going to keep on telling the truth. I don't know really how to, it's kind of hard to even, try to stay within the lines that some of these companies lay out for us. And of course, when we're punished, we're censored, it means you're censored, because you don't have access to the information. And so this is what I would encourage you to do. Sign up for us, for our website updates, our emails, our text messages. Really sign up also. Send us your mailing address. It's going to be harder for them to censor us mailing material to you. I mean, with the government today, I don't know what will happen in the medium term. I mean, they could turn off our emails. I don't know. Turn off our text messaging. Throw us off platforms. Who knows? Who knows what's coming? I mean, look what they're doing to Elon Musk. They're threatening to jail him because he has too much free speech on his platform. The Biden administration's cutouts in the European Union and in Brazil and places like that, they're all targeting X and Musk for promoting free speech. And I don't know where the politics are going to be of this are going to be next year, but the left is committed to destroying free speech, and it's a transnational effort. They've had they've had success here in the United States. They've had some significant pushback, but they don't give up. They don't give up at all. We've got litigation over it that's ongoing, exposing the censorship, challenging some of the prior censorship. And we don't give up either. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like our video down below.